hats off to Coach White's Florida Gator team. Sometimes in this business, what you think you're going to see and how things are going to play out in terms of pace, in terms of either end of the floor isn't exactly what you get. This has been a really good Virginia Tech rebounding team. And Castleton and Giroudi, pardon the pronunciation if I'm wrong, they out-rebounded us by a pretty good clip, and just couldn't get stops. Up 8, we miss a layup. They score. We're where we want to be. We're in good shape. Didn't handle some things very well, but I thought Florida played awfully well, and they won. They advanced. We go back to Blacksburg, and that's hard to swallow.
Thank you, Coach. This time we'll open up to media. Again, if you have a question, please raise your hand using the raise hand function, and we'll get to as many folks as we can here. Our first question will come from David Teal. David, your line's open. Please go ahead.
David, you there?
Yes.
I got you now, David.
Okay. Sorry about that. Florida shot 57% from the game. That may be the highest against the Hokies this season. Just defensively, I mean, they hit some tough shots.
They did.
Correct?
They did. Such a ball screen heavy team with Man, and he's really good. I thought we'd done. They had 27 points at the half. I thought we were in great shape. They had turned it over 9 times. We're up, we were up 6. I thought we guarded really well. The pace that we were looking for, everything was in place. We didn't load to the ball a couple of times, and then one thing led to another. Tried to tweak it a little bit, they were just a little bit better in that area than we were when it mattered most, Dave, unfortunately.
Our next question comes from Mike Barber. Please go ahead.
Hey, Mike. I know it's not the result you wanted, but could you speak to Naheem's play, his scoring, and then also that last 3 he hit to send you to overtime?
He's had a great year. Another one, Mike. I think of Couture, and I think of all these guys and what they put together over the long haul. To do it on this stage, to do it against the Florida Gators, he was terrific. He had a great look and a great bounce about him. I thought he was really, really good on lock, and he was matched with Scotty Lewis a couple of times. Just a whale of a performance. Awfully proud of him. And, the shot he hit to send it to overtime, my goodness. We were lucky to get 2 missed fouls from Giroudi. And here it comes. And he bangs that thing and gets it to overtime. Wish we could have done more with it.
Your next question comes from Mark Berman. Mark, please go ahead.
Hey, Mike, tough one there. Did Florida do certain things defensively? You had in the second half of overtime to make it a tougher shooting day for you than it was in the first half?
Well, they're a good defensive team. Long, and Castleton's a good shot blocker, and they've got good links. Scotty Lewis is really he's a tenacious defender, and Trey Mann with Trey's a 6'5" guy, so. I don't think there's anything different than what we had seen in the past. They did a nice job with it.
Mike, are you the kind of guy where you go home saying, "Hey, we lost in overtime. We left it all on the line. I can live with losing in the NCAA tournament like that"? Or are you going to be the kind of guy that will kind of toss and turn and think about, if we just done this a little better or that a little better, we would have had a W?
Thank God I don't know anybody that satisfied with getting here. Getting here is significant achievement and one that we're proud of. But I had a really good team that I thought could advance and move along, and we didn't today, and that's frustrating. So, we'll seethe over that for a while, and but at some point soon we'll turn our attention to what a remarkable team and a group of people this was to coach, and they were a team, and I am proud of each of those guys. They gave us everything they had today. Came up on the short end of it, unfortunately, but it was not due to a lack of effort. I certainly am aware of that.
Your next one will come from Gene Wang. Gene, please go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, obviously the impact of Keve and Justin out early in the overtime. What was that? How does that kind of affect you? Obviously, the two huge players not available.
Yeah.
In the biggest.
Gene, you're so many things you're trying to, manage and take care of. Needless to say, those guys are so critical for us. I'll look back. Maybe could have gotten Keve to the under 4 or under 4 in the overtime. I typically don't start people that had 4 fouls going into the overtime in an effort to, steal a minute and a half and get to the stretch. But I chose not to, and that was a poor choice on my part.
Your next one will come from Norm Wood. Norm, please go ahead.
Hey, Mike, can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
I got you, Norm.
Yep, sorry. Hey, Castleton had 4 points with less than 10 and a half minutes left in the game, and then ends up with 19 and 14 boards. I mean, you mentioned him on the defensive end and how big he was in terms of altering shots.
Yeah.
Did they do something to get him the ball more?
Yeah, we were getting strung out intentionally. All right. Because man is so good coming off that ball screen. But he's much more of a scoring point guard than he is a pass out of it kind of point guard. And I think that Coach White made him look back. And now, we've got the primary defender really stretched out over here. When we X'd with the other big, we had some issues with that. They just made it was obviously a conscious effort to get the thing back to the other side. And that's a long closeout for us, and we had a hard time with it. And the kid's he's talented. He's a talented kid. He really is.
We have a follow-up from David Teal. David, please go ahead.
Mike, with Beatty being in foul trouble, you had to go to Tyrese a lot on man, and he looked also to be very effective defensively, as was Couture at times. I mean, for the most part, man only got 9 shots. Good defense on him.
Yeah, David, I'm flabbergasted that we allowed 56% from the field for the game. I one of those odd numbers that are just inexplicable. My team did exactly what we asked them to do. Now, we're playing against really good players, as we do night in and night out in the ACC, and certainly you're going to play somebody good in the NCAA tournament. Florida's very good. But I just, I'll be curious, and I'll see it tonight. I'll be curious, what went wrong? What should we have done other than this? But again, I certainly give a big credit to Florida. They played well.
We have a follow-up from Mike Barber. Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, I'm not sure the next time we're going to get to talk to you. So big picture, A year ago, you talked about wanting to add size and experience. What do you think your program still needs, or where do you think of where you are?
I think right now we only have one to get. I'd like to have another post player. I'd like to be able to move Keve to the four quite a bit more. Certainly Justin Mutz and Aluma. We'll see how things play out. Mutz and Aluma on the front line, is a really good one. But to add another body that can play, that can rebound the ball and do the things that we ask our post players to do. I think that's very important to us. David Gassan's development here this spring and summer, he's going to take a real leap for us. John Agioko, still kind of coming back from that knee, but excited about his future. That's our plan right now. I don't expect to lose anyone. I hope like crazy I don't lose anyone. I think so much of the young people in our program.
We have time for just one more. We'll go to Carter Hill, please. Carter, please go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, this one just ended. I'm sure you're still digesting, but how much you're going to use this one as fuel this offseason?
Well, a lot. We have a chance to have a very good team a year from now. George Allen, the old coach of the Washington Redskins, said the future is now. The future is now. I so disappointed that we lost today. Terribly disappointed. But we'll bounce back. We'll have a good spring, and hope like crazy. There are healthier times around the corner for all of us.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate your time today.
Guys, if I may, before we leave, I'd like to thank everyone here in Indianapolis. I'd really like to thank Danny Gavitt and Mr. Emmert and everyone that is responsible for putting on this great tournament. It's the best. Everyone we've come in contact has been just a pleasure to deal with. We came here Monday. The meals that we've had have been off the charts. Fantastic. You're staying at the downtown Marriott. The NCAA does a whale of a job with this tournament, and we were thrilled to be a part of it. And I'm thankful.